And I think we're live.
Hi, Renee. How are you?
Good, doing good. Running a little behind now.
Oh, that's okay.
My hair is long enough where it's getting close where I can grab it. So I tried it today and I fell behind schedule. So I don't know. This is getting to be harder than I remember it having short hair, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so
Mm.
today is the final part of complete workflow to launch your membership, part 6. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in since we started late, and yeah, I guess we could say hello. That's what I was.
Hi.
Yeah, so my hair's long enough now. I can actually tie it in the back.
Yeah, Bon. Yeah, that's long. That's long enough. Yeah, Bon.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be easier to work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start now, and I think we got some people watching. But all right, so again, a complete workflow to launch your membership, part 6. If you missed the prior parts, you can always go back and watch our lives, and we are gonna have a tutorial that's going to be edited so it's easier to consume. But till we have that, you can always go back and watch the prior version. So I'm going to go through some advanced stuff today. But before we do that, I'm going to go through the Dream Builder Blueprint. And I know you guys are regulars, have seen this quite a few times. And that's the blueprint that we tell people to follow if they're fairly new online, if they don't know exactly where to start yet. I highly recommend not to emulate someone who's been online for 20 years, but because they've probably done what I'm about to tell you to do, but they did it so long ago that it doesn't apply to them anymore. But if you're fairly new online or you haven't figured it out yet, this is a good blueprint that we should follow. It all starts with a dream. Design your dream lifestyle and business that will fund it. Deliver, promise and commit to deliver results to an ideal client, which is what we've been covering this series, actually delivering a membership. And the next step is invite, which is reaching out and inviting trusting prospects. It's reaching out. It's not a massive ad campaign or marketing campaign. It's just sending out and inviting people and getting them to test your offer or whatever you're delivering. The next is nurture, which is systematically and continuously nurturing prospects and clients. That's more, yes, it's more of a marketing campaign. And the last is grow, which is something that people try to skip to because it's the most sexiest thing to do, is to run a bunch of ads or do some crazy ad campaign or funnel that they heard this other leader in the industry is doing. This is the last step you should do. Once you have things figured out, you have people giving you feedback and you've updated your funnels and your videos and all that, then you can start putting some money behind it and get advanced and actually add new income streams. We are going to do a series about this. We haven't done it in probably more than a year. And I'm going to go through a crash course of every single one of these steps starting next week. So if you want to join us next week, that'd be a good time to get going. We also have a crash course I'm going to tell you how to access to that was recorded, I believe, a couple years back, but I'm going to give you an updated one in a week as well. So with that, I'm going to just remind you of the workflow that we've been going through over the last few weeks, which is really your membership site having a link, which shows up as a post like you see on the left-hand side. Let me see here. No, that's weird. I thought it was going to let me get a pointer, but you see on this left-hand side, this post. When you share that link, people click on it, they get to the gate or the sales page. They say, yes, I want to buy, and they authenticate through Facebook and pay either with PayPal. And actually, we also have Stripe if they want to use a credit card. And then they see the members area, which we call our main content. And optionally, or what a lot of, actually, I say optionally, but most people are doing this, including a Facebook group. So that's the last step. And I'm going to go through how the system works at the end in terms of how the software works. But for now, what I'm going to focus on is just a follow-up of what we covered in the last few weeks already. And I am going to cover some advanced things and recommendations. We went through everything you really need already, but I wanted to add a few more things that might actually help keep having better results. And the first one I'm going to go through and talk briefly about is branding and colors. Branding, which is colors and fonts. If you're fairly new online, it's especially more important online than even if you maybe had an offline business. Maybe you've had a gym. Maybe you've done some therapy offline, or you've done horse training or dog training or any number of different things, coaching for life or for business. When it's offline, I would say it's not as critical, But when it is online, it's definitely important to have your brand on point. And that's because people can easily look you up and notice that, hey, your brand's consistent. You look like you're a serious business, and you're going to have a less of a hard time acquiring their trust. So branding is especially important online. We don't want the opposite to happen, which is having them see three or four different brand identities online with different colors and fonts that don't all make sense, or it looks like you hired 10 different designers. So keeping brand consistency makes sense. And some of you already have this. If you do, just make sure to follow it with the membership that you build. Some websites that I recommend. This website allows you to really, if you really love spending a lot of time choosing the right colors, coolers.co. I'm not even sure how to say it, but they give you the ability to really put colors side by side. They also recommend different color schemes. That's one place to start. But my shortcut for you for colors is this: identify a brand out there that feels like you want things to feel, like it has that same emotion. And you can look up brand color emotions and copy it. Very few brands, even the big companies, have the colors patented. And if you're in a completely different field, I mean, if it's your competitor, I wouldn't do it. But if it's something completely different, I'll give you an example. I was helping a dog trainer recently, about a few weeks ago, and they really liked the look and feel of Twitter, the brand, their light blue color and their grays and blacks and all that. And I said, well, if you really love it, go for it. It's already defined. Somebody already spent thousands of dollars paying a marketing agency to make sure those colors fit well. Then I would say that's my shortcut. But if you really like picking colors and spending time with that, then this website will really help you. But if not, find that big brand and emulate it. And of course, Twitter and dog training, there's no conflict there. No one's going to confuse the brand. So it's totally doable. Now, for a header and body font in our software, and if you're using another system, I'm sure they have a way to do this. You can actually pick what font you want for headers and what font you want for the body of the text. And if you click on the style button or the style section of the app, you should be able to pick. I would actually make sure the body font is really legible. I know sometimes we get carried away. We want something to look cool, but I really recommend that the body font is legible. You don't want people to struggle reading your copy. Images. There's a bunch of websites now. I tend to use this website for getting royalty-free images. And I know you could easily Google images online, but honestly, I don't think it's worth the trouble when there's so many sites that give you royalty-free images. And that's the ones that, if you looked at the first slide, that's when Margot uses this site to choose the image for that first slide. So we use it all the time. Also, next item, links to your legal notices. Yeah, and a lot of people don't have them, but I think you should have them. And by law, I got to tell you to talk to a CPA to find them. There are sites that generate these online. We don't link to them because we're legally need to tell you to talk to an attorney, but there's some, it wouldn't be hard to find online if you had to. But if in our system, if you go to My Apps on any one of your apps at the top and click, you'll see a list of apps that you have installed. There'll be a gear icon next to the Facebook page name. You can click on that and set the privacy in terms. I usually tell people to create a Google Doc and link it. That works for both privacy and terms. I mean, there should be two different legal documents. If you do that once, that'll follow throughout multiple memberships that you create for that same page. The next thing is disclaimers on the gate. Okay, that's on your sales page, usually right below the button, the opt-in button that says, yes, I want to buy. That's where those would go. And just some examples. It could be your refund policy. If you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, it's a good thing to be able to see right there right before they click the button, because they'll feel more warm and fuzzy if you do. If you don't, obviously don't include it. Checkout is secure. If you want to mention Stripe, we do mention it right when they're about to enter their credit card. They do see secure with Stripe. So if they recognize that brand, they'll feel more warm and fuzzy. Or if you want to say check out with PayPal, that's a good place to do that. The next thing is a Pixel ID. So if you don't know what a Pixel ID is, don't worry about it. That means you're not ready for it, and don't lose sleep over it. This is one of the things that is the final step in the blueprint that I don't think you need to worry about till you're ready. But a Pixel ID is something that allows you to track page loads on Facebook. So you can actually say, hey, Facebook, I want to run an ad to anyone who's ever landed on this membership who might have not bought or who bought, but I want them now maybe promote something else or a different higher offer or something. So this Pixel ID allows our system to generate some code to tell Facebook that, hey, so-and-so just landed on this page, track them. And whenever you can do this and you don't have to run ads, if you really just want to do this part, insert the Pixel and don't run ads yet, you can. And then that way it's starting to build up so that when you're ready to run ads, you can use that list of people that Facebook tracked in any ad campaign. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It is optional. Like I said, if it's something completely foreign to you and you don't really think you're ready for it, don't worry about it. That's why we put an optional label on that. But it is, if you click on any apps, you click on SRM at the top and you click on tracking, there'll be a place for you to put a Pixel ID and a few other options as well, but that's the most popular one. The next is CRM. That's if you use an autoresponder. If you want to do email marketing, then you can also add this. And if you click on SRM and click on CRM, it's actually the button next to tracking. You can actually select, and we have, I think it's about 10 or 15 that we work with. But again, it's optional. You don't have to. Your group, if you're including a group with your membership, it gets pretty good open rates in terms of, or quote unquote open rates in terms of having them see what you post in the group. So it is optional, but if you are ready for it and you want to start running some ads, especially if you're going to do dripped content, which we talked about, I think it was last week or the week before that, then that may be an option. So you can drip them with an email. And these are some of the most popular ones that we've noticed our users use. I like all three of them are pretty good. We have more than those. We have Constant Contact. We have ConvertKit. We have a few options, but these are some of the more popular ones we've seen people use. Active Campaign seems to be my favorite so far, but it's whatever you're more comfortable with. But just wanted to give you that detail that those are the three most popular ones. So just to recap real quick today, again, remember to keep branding, colors, and fonts in mind. If you already have a brand defined, just to stick consistent with it. If you don't, there are some resources for you to start defining your brand, which I think is key. And I've done this with people in 30 minutes. So it doesn't have to be a big deal. So if you think, oh my God, I can't pay a lot of money to have somebody brand my business for me, you could literally probably do it. Give yourself 2 hours. I've done this a few times, so it took me 30 minutes. That's kind of been my record for coming up with a good brand and fonts and something for somebody. But if you're really picky, then you can spend as much time as you want here. But the point is, just get it done. Have something to start with. You could always rebrand later. Also, the legal notices, it helps to have those as well. And any disclaimers. Again, the Pixel ID if you want to track ads, and also if you want to do email marketing, that's the CRM details. And with that, what I'm going to do is actually explain a little bit about our software. So if you're fairly new, you haven't been watching our series, you might not be familiar with how our software works. So I'm going to play a little video that's going to explain how our software works. Starts with a free Facebook page, business page. It's pretty easy to set up and manage. You're actually not going to easily find a better marketing system online for free. And what we like about it is you can actually create custom apps that you can add to the fan page and link them like you see on the screen from the About section, a post, the button, and a bunch of other places as well. And what can that custom app do? It can actually protect your content and quick access in 3 ways. The first way is a free lead generation. That means that you could actually promise someone a free download, free video, webinar, or a registration or contest or sweepstakes, a free membership, a number of different things for free to collect leads, which is what we're talking about here in terms of nurturing someone. So that would be the first way. It's just you're not charging for it, but you are collecting leads. The second way is a one-time payment. So if you're selling your online course, a one-on-one coaching package, a masterclass, a VIP coaching program of some sort, it could be a one-time fee. It could be $5 or it could be $5,000. Really, there's no limit on that. The other way, which is very popular, is a recurring payment or membership subscription, which could be either, there's a number of different types of membership. It could either be a low-cost membership, $10, $20, $30, or it could be your client signing up for $1,000 a month of coaching. I mean, there's a number of different ones, or maybe your VIP coaching program or group coaching program that maybe it's $500 a month. So there's a number of different options for recurring payments, but those are the main 3 ways you can restrict access to content using 22 Social, and to help you not only nurture leads, but also generate income online. This is how our system works. Every app comes with what we call a smart link. And when you share it on Facebook and other places, it'll automatically generate a preview image and text. And now you can change that in the settings. And when somebody clicks on that, they'll see what we call the gate or the sales or opt-in page. And that's where you're going to tell them, hey, what am I promising? Either a paid product or a free product for them to opt in and either just become a lead or actually pay for something. And when they click on that, we pull their Facebook profile and they can actually confirm their email and agree to the terms and say continue. If there is a payment involved, this is where they would be sent to either PayPal or ask for the credit card information if you chose Stripe as a payment option, or PayPal for that matter. So when they continue, what's great is now after they opted in and paid, if there was a payment option, they get access to what we call the main content or members area. And that's where you deliver on your promise. That's where you give them either that course or access to the membership or a number of different things that you may have promised to them in the sales or opt-in page. And what's cool is that you end up with a list of Facebook profiles and their name and email, which could be attached to an autoresponder. So if you do want to do email marketing, you could attach it to Aweber, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. We have about 10 or 15, I think, that we connect with. So you could definitely do that very easily. You don't have to manually add them. They can be added automatically. But if you don't want to have one, that's fine. We do have a backend where you can check and download all the leads as well. If you are running a sweepstakes, we do have a choose winner button. So that's something people really, really enjoy. And for their sweepstakes, it makes everything easy. What's cool too is if there was a payment involved, we actually easily link to that payment profile on PayPal or Stripe to make it easy for you to manage. And that was the system. But one of the most popular features that people love about us is if you are using a Facebook group to either a free membership or a paid membership, we make it really easy to know who should or shouldn't have access to this. And that's because we have a Chrome extension we call Group Connect that you can install. And if what's cool about it is once you hit start,
Okay, I think we lost you, Rene.
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
Halfway through that video, so I'm gonna pull it up again and try to start it in the place that we left off. Sorry, I don't know what happened with my browser. Let's see, free Facebook page, business. I'm gonna forward it to the part. Yeah, no secret here. I'm actually using a video. You know that, right? So, so I'm gonna get it back to where I left off. Sorry, for those of you watching. I think I lost the tab. All right, so there we go. Access or just posting content in the group, which makes it really, really easy to know who should be let in or who should be removed from the group. So that's where, I mean, there's people who use our system specifically for this feature because managing group access can be a real pain in the you know what. So that's 22 Social Connect. And ultimately, what I want to see happen for you is what happens to Will Irish, a friend of mine and one of our customers, is that you get constant notifications on your email every day of every new member that signs up or new client that signs up to pay you, and every time they renew their payment every month or every quarter or every year. And so we want you to have so many of these that you actually get bored of them and filter them out of your email, which I'm sure Will's doing that at this point because, yeah, they're exciting, but at the same time, you will have a lot of notifications on your email box. So we like for that to happen for you. But, we got to put in the work and get started. If you do want to join our free community, become what we call ourselves our Dream Builders, we do have monthly training. If you're watching live, then you're watching today at Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. We do cutting edge strategies and training. Again, we're not a training company, but I've been in internet marketing for about 12 years now. And so if I know I want you to win, because if you win, then we win and your customer wins, everybody's happy. But if you do sign up, here's the perks for signing up. You do get an extended trial of the software that I just went over. So you can get a full 30-day trial of our software. You do get a blueprint crash course of the blueprint steps that I went through initially. So if you want to get a quick crash course, you can get that for free. And you also get access to our community, as well as a weekly sweepstakes of prizes. So we are going to announce a winner in a bit. If you're ready to go for it, you could sign up at 22s.com/stream. It's free. And what's great is you'll be able to experience the same thing that your customers will be experiencing if you set up a free membership using our software. We also have a bundle we call a Dream Builder bundle, where we include two things. So if you're ready to really build it big and you're committing to this, you could actually sign up and get 1 year of our software, 1 year membership to our software, which allows you to install in up to 3 businesses or 3 fan pages, and also a Dream Builder blueprint course, a full-on course where we go into detail on every one of the blueprint steps. It's not just a crash course, it's a full-on course. And we bundle those together. And if you're interested in that, you can go to 22s.com/stream and register there, and we'll give you the best price that we have available today. So if you want to go check that out, that same link, 22s.com/stream, you can do that. Oh, muted. All kinds of issues today. Yeah, we're about to announce the winner today. Sorry, today's been a little crazy, but that's okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
So today's winners is Miranda Dalziel. Congratulations, you won the 22 Social Dream Builder bundle.
Yep.
Congrats.
Yep, Miranda, you get 1 year of 20 Social Standard, which is a software you need to launch memberships and courses or lead magnets, as you saw in the previous video, and also a Dream Builder Blueprint course, the full-on course. I will be going through the crash course in the next few weeks, but this actually gives you access to the whole thing. So whenever you're ready to get started, message our Facebook page or go to m.me/22social, which opens a messenger for you to message us. So, and we'll activate your account. Can't wait to see what you're going to create. I'm not sure what expertise you have, but I'm looking forward to seeing it and learning more from you. So that's great. So I think the last thing is, just real quick reminder to become a Dream Builder if you're not one yet, and sign up at 22s.com/stream. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.
I forget that my video switch. I'm waiting with one hand, but it's the other. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.